Mrs. Folorosho Alakija steps up the podium. No doubt, the sight of smiles from beneficiaries of the foundation gives her joy and fulfillment of purpose. In 10 years, over 3,000 widows and over 1,000 orphans have received support from the Rose of Sharon Foundation.
Our mission is to guarantee financial independence and educational opportunities for them through schemes and programs that assure greater self-esteem and ease of socio-economic integration. These we have pursued vigorously in the last decade. I and all members of the Board of Trustees are extremely excited that the journey, which started 10 years ago as an instruction from the Lord, has evolved to an organization that has impacted the lives of over 3,000 widows directly through our vocational skills empowerment programs. Not only that, we have disbursed interest-free loans to about 1,000 widows and awarded scholarships to 1,366 students to university level. In addition to this, we have adopted 86 orphans, whom we provide accommodation and monthly allowances. Similarly, in the course of our work, we have had to provide funding for either business or residential purposes for 82 widows who were in dire need as a result of extreme situations or occurrences or conditions that they found themselves at one point in time or the other. Such conditions as fire or ejection from their homes. It is heartwarming and gratifying to see lives and hope restored and transformed over the years. The joy of seeing smiles on the faces of our beneficiaries where there used to be anxiety is indescribable.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The wife of the Lagos State Governor, Mrs. Bolanle Ambode, who is also the Grand Matron of the Rose of Sharon Foundation, wants more well-meaning Nigerians to show the power of their wealth by reaching out to more less privileged in the society.
What used to be the body of two people suddenly becomes the body of one person. The condition of an orphan is even more pathetic. Can you imagine the condition of a 5-year-old boy or girl who suddenly loses both parents? Where does she turn for help? Who wipes her tears when she cries? How does she get food when he is hungry? Who comforts him in those long agonizing periods? How does she live through every single day of her life? These thoughts on our minds impose the moral duty on our conscience to take steps to positively affect the lives of children in these conditions and of women in widowhood. This is what the Rose of Sharon Foundation has been doing since the past 10 years and still counting. Tears had been wiped, lives transformed, women empowered, and children put on a solid academic footing to live great lives. May God continue to bless our foundation for the great investment in humanity. We are all familiar with the famous adage, self-help is best help. No one can help another forever without grumbling eventually. Therefore, please get a skill in line with your passion, the way you can generate regular income by yourself and for yourself.
There is a story attached to this feat, and so we had an exclusive interview with the brain behind the Rose of Sharon Foundation, Mrs. Folorosho Alakija.
Actually, it was a call from God. He had blessed me, and I wanted to bless the work of God in whichever way I could. So I asked God, how could I work for him? And he dropped a scripture in my spirit. James chapter 1, verse 27. I quickly picked up my Bible, read it, and realized that he was sending me to widows and orphans to look after them and basically wipe their tears and see what I could do to alleviate their plight and their sufferings. And ever since that day, I've been running the race with that scripture in every way that I can. We started with 3 widows. And then on another occasion, I heard in my ears clearly, go on air, 3 words. We went to the Surulere local government to hire their hall free of charge, of course, when we told them what it was about. And within a few hours, the hall was full of 250 widows. I knew that it was the hand of God. I knew that I heard him clearly. And I couldn't believe it at first that we had been toying with just 3 widows for quite a while. And then when that voice came and, we were able to see 250 widows in one day, I knew it was God, that this was definitely a confirmation of what I heard. First and foremost, after the various visits that we made to their homes to ensure that we're doing the right thing, we visited. We were praying with them. We were encouraging them. We were counseling them. And at each point and every home that we entered, we found that they would burst into tears. It was like, oh gosh, my long suffering, my prayers, my tears are now going to be wiped away. It was like they had been waiting for so long, and suddenly something happened. Some people walked through their doors to come and make a difference. It was like they saw angels in answer to their prayers. That is how it seemed.
Skill acquisition plus zero-interest loans from the foundation are some of the support the widows and their children have so far benefited.
We have training sessions for them to help them in ensuring that they're running their businesses properly. And we teach them on bookkeeping, teach them to make sure that they're not spending both principal and profit. So we're teaching them the art of entrepreneurship, and many, many more are getting better and better, and they're learning from past mistakes and they're improving themselves.
Every success story comes with some challenges that must be surmounted. Mrs. Alakija tells us of some that she has faced in her journey to bringing hope to the hopeless.
I remember that when we first started out, we weren't too strict with our intakes. We didn't go all out the way we do now to ensure that the people that are interacting with us or that we're interacting with are really, truly widows. From, your emotions can get you carried away at times. Once we see that, okay, this is a death certificate, you understand? We don't go back to vet whether that death certificate is genuine or not. We weren't doing that. And the books we were keeping manually. Do you understand? At the initial stage. Till we got wind of biometrics machines and keeping electronic data. A third of the widows that we were looking after were actually not widows. What happened? That 1/3, when we said, please come over to the office with your children for this data capturing exercise, they did not turn up. They were afraid that there might be police there to arrest them, so they didn't turn up. So they had helped us with that. And of course, we just removed their names from our books, and we stopped paying their children's school fees at that point in time. because they were living a lie. If they're not widows, it means they have husbands hiding in the background somewhere.
At the 10th anniversary celebration, 100 more widows received interest-free loans to start up and live life. With a strong support from her husband, a lawyer, Mr. Modupe Alakija, and the Board of Trustees, the Rose of Sharon Foundation, led by Mrs. Folorenshaw Alakija, hopes to expand, touch more lives, and give hope in the midst of despair.